Hello, I'm Angenise Rawls with the Graceful Pen Studio, and today I'll be showing you how to DIY a handmade Mother's Day card using the cardstock warehouse papers. Here's what we'll be making today, and it is beautiful with all of its layers and embossing on the outside and on the inside. Come along with me. I used Color Plan Fuchsia Pink, Vellum White, and Candy Pink in 100-pound cover cardstock. I wanted to use the Spellbinders 3D Emboss and Cut folder, and you can emboss and cut at the same time. So I really loved that. This is the Color Plan Vellum White, and I'm just kind of fussing, not fussy cutting it, but, kind of moving it around to figure out, the best layout. I think what I want to do is use the Candy Pink and mat it to the card base to add an extra layer of color. So I'm trimming it down to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So here I'm just kind of determining best fit for that, I think, because I've got a little fiber there. I'm going to maybe turn it over because this embossed piece will cover it. So there we have another layer. I'll use my score tape and adhere that. Next, I'm going to use my Precision Art or Barely Art Precision Craft glue and glue these embossed pieces down. The nice thing about the glue is you have a little time to kind of, move it around until you get it in that perfect spot before you commit. What I might do is, because I did, after I embossed these, I kind of bent them to give them that 3D look. By gluing it in the middle, the wings can still come up. I love that. Adding a little bit more dimension. I also like, even though, you can add color to this, but I quite like the embossed look. It's just in and of itself. I think that's so beautiful. So because I do have a little bit of the butterfly wing coming up, I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. So I'll go back to the outside, but for right now, because I have the idea, I'm going to trim this down to fit on the inside. Trimming this candy pink sheet to 9.5 by 6.5. I've scored it at 4 3/4, and I'm just going to use my handy bone folder once again. I love adding card inserts. It adds such a gorgeous layer of color on the inside. I think that the inside should kind of, continue the story of colors, the color story. I'm going to put score tape on the back side of this because I embossed this, and I'm going to trim it down to layer over top of that. So I've got this side adhered, and I'm going to place this right on top. I did use score tape instead of glue, so I don't have any wiggle room. It's a little bit off kilter, but the beauty of something that is handmade is that, it's not exactly perfect, and that's okay. the person who's receiving it, they're not going to be inspecting it. Oh my gosh, it's off by a quarter of an inch or something like that. They're not looking at that. All right, so we're going to go back to the front. Actually, we're going to go to the inside. I found the perfect spot for this flower and leaf combination. So to help with placement, I haven't taken the adhesive backing off of the flower yet. The leaf is going to go on first. The flower will go on top. So figured it would be easier if I went ahead and placed those down and then put the flower on top. Again, if you'd like to add color, you can always do that. But I just quite love the look of the embossing in and of itself. All right, and now I'm going to go back to the front and finish off the sentiment. So I drew some pencil guidelines to help me keep everything straight, and I quite like using this Micron archival ink fine liner. I love cursive script so much, probably because I always adored my mom's cursive. I'm going to go out of bounds here. Adding a few little extra details here because mom is worth it, right? I'll take my kneaded eraser. And there we have the front. I'm going to trim off this little excess piece because I think it's going to hinder it from fitting inside of the envelope. Alright, there we have the front. So I think I've found the perfect placement for these other two butterflies. And I'll go ahead and adhere those down. I think it'll be lovely. I'll make sure that they're laying flat when they go in the envelope, but as they come out of the envelope, to see these kind of pop up, those wings pop up, I think that will be a wonderful surprise. And there you have it, and I'll write the sentiment on the inside at a later time, but this is a beautiful way to surprise mom for Mother's Day. So here I'm showing you that I finagled it to fit inside of the envelope. This would probably be best hand delivered, or if you're going to mail it, I would definitely mail it in like a bubble wrapped mailer or something stiff so that it doesn't get bent. But isn't that beautiful? I would definitely love to receive something like that. Just saying, as a mom. There we have the finished card.